FX Nation, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And what I'd like to do guys is in this video, we're going to go through something a little bit different that we normally have not gone through before. And it's essentially we're going to go through each day and we're going to break down the weekly cycle. So essentially after every day, we'll go through and we're going to concentrate really mainly on two pairs. And we'll go throughout the week and we'll basically break down the entire cycle so you can see it as it's developed. And most importantly, you can see my thoughts as each day progresses. All right. So let's just literally jump right into it. The two pairs that we're going to talk about is Euro Pound and Pound USD. So first of all, on Euro Pound, you can see Sunday, Monday made a huge move, right? So huge move up, pretty much cleared all this other structure here. Okay. So as this cycle is starting to develop and you have Sunday, Monday data is what I like to call it. As you collect Sunday, Monday data, it'll hopefully give you an indication as to what price could potentially do. All right. And so you really want to wait until you get into the Asian session of the next day, right, to kind of help you see what's really happening. So because of this huge move, okay, that it made all in one day, all right, there's really only two things that I'm really looking for coming into Tuesday. I'm either looking for a complete reversal, okay, so basically straight down on Tuesday, or I'm looking for this to actually be a trending cycle. And if it's a trending cycle, basically, obviously, it's going to go higher. All right. So when we take a look at this Euro Pound pair, all right, this Euro Pound pair has basically been going, starting to go in a downtrend here for the last 2 weeks now. Okay. So for the last 2 weeks, it's been trending down. And then just in one day, it literally took off previous highs here and here as well. Okay, so I'm looking for one of two things on this particular pair. So as we get into the Asian session, okay, if this is going to be a trending cycle, I'm looking for essentially like a type 1 setup that bounces off of the 50 here. I'm looking for a type 1 setup here and to basically bounce off of the 50 and to go higher. Okay. That would be the setup that I'd be looking for. What you could also get is because they made such an aggressive move all day yesterday, you could end up getting nothing but sideways movement, basically collection of contracts here. And then during the US session, you could potentially get the move to go higher as well. So essentially you could get it, either in the London or the US session, whichever session they want to do it in. Now, if it's not going to be a trending cycle, all right, for me, the only other thing that it could be could be a market maker cycle. Now, for this to be a market maker cycle, which I don't think it really is based on what it's doing during the Asian session right now, typically what I would like to see is Asian session actually move down here and do this and then hit the top and then drop. Okay, but it's not doing that. It's already above the highs here, or at the highs here. Okay, so that's what leads me to believe that this potentially could be a trending cycle this week. Again, I could be completely wrong. I don't know. We'll have to see. But what I would be expecting is definitely, I would be expecting a pullback to happen either to this 50 here, because I don't think it'll pull back all the way down to these EMAs because it's too far down. This could be a type 1 setup that develops here on a pullback, because if it's a trending cycle, right, it has to create, if it's a trending cycle going higher, it has to create what? Higher highs, higher lows, right? So this would be the higher high here, and then obviously you would want this to be the higher low before moving forward. And I'm really looking for a bounce off of one of these EMAs. is really what I'm looking for. So if we get any kind of price action behavior that reacts to these EMAs here and gives us a type 1 setup, that's going to be a setup that I'd be looking for. So that's essentially what I would be looking for Euro Pound to potentially happen. And like I said, we'll revisit this after it plays out. And then we can see essentially how we can develop the next couple of days, okay, on this Euro Pound. So now let's look at Pound USD. Essentially, Pound USD has essentially done the opposite, okay, of Euro Pound. So imagine if Euro Pound being the parent goes up, then obviously Pound USD likely is going to go down. All right. Now, what leads me to believe that again, same kind of behavior is that we're in a trending cycle potentially on this. Is the fact, look, we had the same move, straight down move on Sunday, Monday, and we've been trending up for almost 2 weeks with not a really strong pullback yet. Okay. Another thing is if we look at the 1 hour time frame or even just the higher time frames, we went up and touched these highs here of structure from like 4 weeks ago. And so we had peak formation low here, we had one level, we had two levels, three, and then peak formation high here. Okay, so same kind of behavior I would be expecting here out of Pound USD is I would want to get a type 1 setup here out of Pound USD, either bouncing off of the 50 or the 200 and basically to drop. And that would confirm for you that it should be a trending cycle this week. And essentially the same thing, right? This is if you're doing a trend, right? If you're doing a trend for this, then you need this to be what? If you're in a downtrend, essentially, this should be the lower low, and then essentially you want something up here to be the lower high, right? And then to drop down. Okay, so those are essentially my predictions that I would be looking for. It's not even a prediction, it's something that I'm looking for. All right, I'm looking for price to do that. And if it doesn't do that, cool, it doesn't matter. All right, but that's what I'm looking for price action to do to help me confirm that this is what I think it is, which is probably a trending cycle. Okay, if for any reason we have some kind of crazy reversal and it goes up the entire day Tuesday, we're actually going to be in a market maker cycle. All right, so we'll see you guys tomorrow for the next day as we're going to break down the whole week. We'll break down every day so you can see as it develops and you can see how it plays out. Okay, so I hope that you guys like or enjoy this content this week. If you do want to see more of this content, give me a like, share the video, let me know in the comments. Also, if you need any more help, we do have a new class that's starting for a 12-week course. It's August 10th. All the links are in the description. Thank you guys so much and enjoy the rest of your week.